Friends, family, loved ones, hated ones, enemies, everyone, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. It's my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. I don't know if you're even on, but I'm wishing you a happy birthday now, just to get it over with, just to get it out in front of it. Today's a special day. It's your birthday. So that's reason enough to celebrate. I'm your host, Anthony Ledon, and this is Quarantine Cooking. Oh God, it gets me every time. It's so good. Before you guys even got here, I was just pumping myself up to that like over and over again. I just was like, boom, dude. Yeah. Oh, man, it's how I get like juiced up beforehand. And the song's only like 15 seconds long. I wish it was like 10 minutes long because that would get me amped up. Gnarly Nerd, welcome. You agree, right? That'd be a pretty good way to get amped up. Lemon, good to see you. We got the whole crew down in Alexandria. Elizabeth, Chris, Andrew, Matt, I think is... Yes, Elizabeth, I was pumping myself up to that because I was short. I don't know. For whatever reason, I just didn't have any other tunes like rocking and rolling. And I'm like, whatever, let's just do it again. Boop. Bow, bow. Bow. It gets me into it. I don't know. I was like going through a whole bunch of different ones, just scanning them. And the second I heard that one, I knew. It was like meeting Lauren for the first time, you know? It's like, I hope she's listening. Is she on? If she's not on, we're going to save that whole bit for another time that she was on. But it's so good to have you here. I'm so excited you are here. Well, I'm just waiting for my hello, Kathleen Falls from Phoenix. Welcome. Good to have you on board. So glad you could make it. And Rial, Ravik, we got the whole crew. This is exciting. Whew. This is going to be a good day. I hope you're excited because today we're doing mac and cheese. Yes, Gnarly Nerd. I can't wait either. It's going to be fun. I've done this recipe several times. This recipe was actually going to be in a cookbook that I had written that was printed and then killed before it was released into the wild. So but this is one piece that I can give you, is this recipe, and I'm so excited to do it. Mom, are you alive? Are you even here? I have like the cocktail picked out for you and the mac and cheese for you. If she doesn't come, party's off. I mean, I'm gonna still make the stuff, but it doesn't matter then if she's not here. Fine, I don't know where she is. I'll just get going with the cocktail. So I picked this cocktail out because it's her right now. Actually, you know what? This is her right now. That's her. Right. Well, that was taken just a few years ago. But that's my mom, everyone. She's turning, I don't know, let's just say 51 today. And very excited, very happy for her. Wish I could be there in person to wish her a happy birthday. But I have quarantine and lockdown as the only excuse why I'm not there. Otherwise, I would for sure be there, Mom, to give you a big old Corona hug. You know, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Actually, it'd be terrible. Like, hey, happy last birthday. But yeah, that's her right there. Isn't she great? That's the look. That's it right there. Really? That's the joke you're going with? I know it. So, Jen. Yes. All right, so that's my mom. Let's get her out of here. Boop. I mean, we love to have her back. She's always welcome in Shay Ledon, Shay Pink Shirt here. But let's get a cocktail going for her. So this is a little bit of I know, Mac, the Night genetics are pretty strong there, right? You can kind of see it. This is kind of a choose your own adventure cocktail. And I say that because the way that I didn't come up, this isn't like an original cocktail, but the way that I picked this cocktail for her, and the reason I picked Yes, Elizabeth, the hair clippers did get delayed. Actually, I do have like a beard trimmer that I whipped out, and I did do a little touch-up work on the side, so it's not as, gnarly around here. They're not like coming out and sticking straight out. They're all kind of now the same, even, scraggly length. So that's, but I'm basically just working up the courage to ask her if she could clip my hair. And I kind of want to do it myself just a little bit, and I did the sides by myself. There's no way I'm doing the back. I did my back hair, but you can't see that because the camera can't get back there. Chez Camille Rosa, right? Yes, Rabbit, that's, okay. So this is a cocktail for my mother. I picked this because she's not drinking a ton these days. I don't know why. She just kind of just said, well, it's nice, but I just don't find myself drinking a ton. And she wanted to know a couple of mocktail recipes. And I bought her some of this stuff. It's called Seedlip. And it's essentially it's like non-alcoholic gin, which is kind of weird, but they have 3 different flavors. This one is citrus. And it kind of smells like, actually, Andrew, it smells like your Malfi gin. It smells a lot like that, except obviously without the super strong ginniness. So I'm gonna pour this for her. If you want to, you can actually swap out the Seedlip for gin. That's what I would do. So I'm gonna make her drink, and then I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of the good stuff, just because we're here. And actually, I think this goes well with the gin anyway. It's actually pretty tasty. So I'm just gonna go for it. And it's actually a super simple one. This is why I picked it out for her, because I told her just go to the store, get some good old Ango. I sent her some of this as an early birthday gift. Andrew, I've got a website that I'm gonna send you. I didn't come up with the recipe yet, but I found one that I think I'd recommend to you, at least to get you started. Plus my mama's birthday came up, and she would actually like the hibiscus tea with honey though. So could have done that. But anyway, I'm gonna make this drink for her. Go to the store, get some Angos, what I told her, send her some of this, and then you can top it off with some club soda or tonic water. I love Fever Tree, they're good. That's what we're just gonna do. I'm also gonna add a little bit of gin to mine. I don't even know if this cocktail has a name. It's basically like a gin with bitters, a little, but it's so good. I don't know, I kind of like it. So we're just gonna do it. 7 dashes of bitters. Lucky number 7. If you've never tried a lot of Ango, so like Manhattans have just a couple of dashes, Old Fashions have just a few dashes, but you can make a cocktail out of this stuff, and it is super good. So you can actually use about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of this in a cocktail, and that is then the primary spirit, and it is fantastico. So highly recommend it. But this one we're just doing a little bit. And then, where's my little jigger? You know what? It's my mom. She grew up, well, I don't know, let's just say the 80s, when measuring didn't matter as much. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going for about 1.5 ounces. And just because it's pour moi, a little bit of gin. And then, now, top it off with tonic. So I know this isn't super exciting, but again, this is for my mom, who is drinking a little bit less today. Or actually like in the last year, I don't know. 80s was measured in metric. Yes, that's right. Or lines. Well, now I'm dropping the cap everywhere, so don't want to get caught up with that. All right, all good there. Let's give it a little stir, and let's see how this goes. If you have some of those paper straws, you can use them, or regular straws. I'm not going to judge. We have a bunch of the paper straws, but after like 2 sips, they become completely useless. So I'm not going to do it. Okay, I know this is simple. I think it's fantastic. Let's go with a little more tonic. I love Fever Tree tonic. It's just got a nice balance of bitterness, a little bit of quinine, super tasty, and that Seedlip is just like a nice touch. I wouldn't recommend mixing a whole bunch of it with gin or alcohol with gin because they're complementary, but like too much of it to me seems like a waste because the gin will overpower it. So if you feel like not drinking one day, highly recommend Seedlip. You know, if you gave it up for Lent or something, or will for next year. Not a bad idea. All right, let's get going. Yeah, Ravik, metal straws, totally the way to go. You know what I have is like some short metal straws that I think were designed for mason jars. And every time I put them in a highball glass, they just sink to the bottom, and I forget to throw them out because I don't have mason jars anymore. I've just got a few of these, and that's it. So anyway, Mom, happy birthday. Whoops. I hope you show up. I hope you get here. Let's see, why isn't the key working? Boop. Oh, that's because I'm hitting B. I meant to hit M for Mom. I was hitting B for Mom. There she is, everyone. Ain't she cute? Curly hair and everything. Okay, let's get rid of her. What? I told her to come, but she's not here. We're having a party. That's all right. When she gets here, we'll just make her feel super bad. I hope she's not like sick or something. That'd be terrible. She's like trying to message me like, "Hey, don't start. I'll be there I'll be there in a minute." I'd feel terrible. Let's just pretend that's not what's happening. Okay, so cocktails made. The food, the dish today. Hey, yeah, Jeff, you're here. So Jeff is my childhood friend and forever friend, really. And he and I basically grew up with the same parents. Like he was over at my place all the time. I was always over at his. His parents are my parents. My parents are his parents. So glad you can make it, Jeff. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, that makes me so happy. My mom isn't here. I don't know where she is. I texted her. I said, be there. It's your special birthday. Maybe she's getting primped. I don't know. Maybe she's taking her hair out of the curlers for that. Okay, enough of my mom. We're making mac and cheese. And this is one of my favorite mac and cheese recipes because I adapted it years ago from... They're coming. Come on. Don't tell them I'm here. It's flour and sugar, not anything else back there in the pantry. Flush it. Okay, making mac and cheese. I adapted this a few years ago from the what steakhouse? The Capitol Grill Steakhouse, which is one of my favorite chain steakhouses. I had. I'll tell you a quick story about my love of Capitol Grill. When I first entered the workforce, I went to Chicago for training, and I went for a walk. And I'd never been to Chicago before, and it was the spring, so it was after it was frozen and before it got swampy. And I went for a walk. I ended up in Lincoln Park. I don't know how I walked, whatever, the 3 miles up there. I got lost. And I went into a deli or whatever, and I said, where's downtown? They pointed directly where I'd just come from, because apparently I couldn't figure that out. I ended up stopping at a bar for a bite to eat and a drink. I met a guy. We were watching baseball together, and he said, I work at Capitol Grill. After we started chatting, you should come on down, and we'll show you favorite chain steak. Yeah, I know. But yeah, anyway, so he invited me down. They comped my entire meal. It was so wonderful. They put me in like one of the best seats in the house, like the manager he was training in Pittsburgh, or from Pittsburgh, training in Chicago. The Chicago manager came over and gave me the best seat in the house. It was so wonderful. That's how I first got started at the Capitol Grill. And then I learned that they do a special thing with their mac and cheese, which is kind of different, in that they don't use a roux, or therefore they don't use really a bechamel. It's just par-cooked pasta and then cheese sauce, and then they finish cooking it all together so that the starch from the pasta ties and binds everything together. And it is fantastic. I love it, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. This would be a sweet time to like cut for commercial, come back, and it's like, all right, so we're going back to mac and cheese. All right, so that's what we're doing. So let's get our meats together. We're using 4 cheeses on this one. 4, count them. And they are, actually, can you see it here? We have cheddar, Havarti, Gruyere, Red Lobster. Yes, I love it. Especially during Lent. And mascarpone. That's right, they don't have the R. That's kind of weird, right? Isn't it mascarpone? I thought it was mascarpone. So if you don't have these 4 cheeses, that's fine. You don't have to have these specific 4. The goal here is to get, in general, 4 kind of complementary cheeses. So we've got a really creamy cheese. So if you don't have mascarpone, you can use like creme fraiche. You can maybe use sour cream, which that would impart a different flavor, but it would probably be okay. You could also do like a thickened yogurt, like a lebna maybe. You know, if you let yogurt sit in cheesecloth overnight in the fridge, you know, it thickens up. That would be okay. So you know you can get creative there. So a really creamy. You want something really soft. So I'm using Havarti here. It's kind of a, it's kind of plain. I mean, it's not great, but it's a nice creamy. It'll help thicken up the cheese sauce in a good way. Is there a bad way to thicken up a cheese sauce? Cheddar for a flavorful cheese. This is what I can find in Corona times, and actually I think a good cheddar is pretty darn good. And then like a harder cheese. This is more of a semi-firm, but we're using Gruyere. You can also use Parmesan. That's fine too. I would add, if you do use Parm though, add it right at the end of the sauce making, because it'll kind of separate a little bit more and it'll get grainy. Oh, dude, love me some Olive Garden, linguophile. Everybody's family. All right, so let's get measuring. I'm doing about 250 grams of pasta. I say about, I already measured it. We're doing exactly 250 grams of pasta just because that's a good amount, I think. About a half a pound. And then we're gonna measure out about 4 ounces-ish of each of these. I need bowls. Thermomix, coming in hot with the like gadget questions. I love it. I'm sorry, no name. Coming in hot with the gadget questions. You know, for a while, oh, you're just copied and pasted the same question? Lame. No, that's fine. You were very enthusiastic about the Thermomix. I don't have one. I don't want one. That seems like a really expensive gadget that does one thing really well. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's one kitchen gadget. It wasn't like $1,200 when it first came out. That seems like it's a really expensive kitchen gadget that like does a little bit of wang. I know you can like heat things up and it blends it. That seems. I don't know. Are they really big? Now I'm asking you questions. Okay. Let's get cooking. Let me know Thermomix. I'm curious. I'm sorry, no name. Are you a Thermomix rep? Oh, got it. Okay. Oh, that's true. I did totally skip it. Yeah, that's fair. Gruyère's always one of my fave mac and cheese. Yeah. So, Mandragorigan. That's a cool name. Mandragoran. That's a cool name, by the way. You sound like a character from an HBO show or something. But anyway, what was I just saying? Yeah, we're gonna measure these cheeses out. Somebody said something about, oh, Elizabeth. Yeah, you know what? You probably could sub ricotta. It would be a little curdy. I mean, you know, like, it would be better if you had like a slightly creamier. You know what? Try it. I bet you could, because we're also adding cream to this sauce, and I think the ricotta would be okay. Yeah, I think so. If I had some, I would actually want to try that, because that's usually a little bit easier to find than mascarpone. Okay, 4 ounces. Let's get measuring, Anthony. Gosh, I get so torn up with all these questions, making sure I get them, and then feeling bad because I was dissing No Name for copying and pasting. But if it's an important question, No Name, you know, I hear you. All right. Like I said, 4 ounces, so I'm gonna do like 125 grams just to go a little higher. Cottage cheese. Jeff, yeah, okay. What did I say? 2. I hope I have enough. Yeah, that's about 4 ounces, and that's all right. So we're using all of it. I don't even know. Mixing and steaming. So okay, No Name saying your mom got Thermomix. Good for mixing and steaming. Workaround. Yeah, isn't it like $1,200 American? That seems like a high price. Yeah, Jeff. Okay, ricotta. I'd be willing to try that. I haven't had ricotta in so long. Why not? Let's do it. All right, linguophile, it's coming then. So here's the deal. It is like a new car, Robic. Yeah. All right. Usually when I meet people, I'm like more of a golden retriever, like you know, friendly. But then once I get to know people, then it's a little more comfortable being a dick. So that's why I'll work up to it. I'm such a people pleaser, but my biggest fear is like offending someone, you know, and then they walk away like, oh no, like that guy was mean to me. Even though I'm like, yeah, all right. We're getting deep. We're getting deep early on. Oh, am I just gonna use all this cheese? I think, oh no, I want 125. Oh, that was too much cheese then. I get talking and I get measuring here. What did I say, 125? Yeah, because 112 is 4 ounces. Anthony, boy, you haven't even had that whole drink yet. 117, that's close. Let's just call that. Okay, that's good, 125. I like when things are nice and round and even. So like when I do 250 grams of pasta, I love it when it's exactly 125 of each cheese. There we go, that's 124.5, close enough for me. And now I got rid of my Havarti plastic wrap. This whole stream is just a mess. Strike one, Anthony. Oh boy, oh boy. It's okay, I'll redeem myself. Gotta make my own little wrapper here. The 3 steps of friendship. I like that, that's a good one. Okay. Senior Steven, yes, it is gonna be the same recipe from the 4 levels video. Slight difference. I think in the 4 levels video, I was using Parm instead of Gruyere. And I think since then, oh, the other sub we're gonna make is I don't have panko. So no breadcrumb-ish stuff. I am gonna be subbing in pretzels though. So we're gonna try that, see how it works. I'm hopeful. And then the other changes, oh, I think since that video came out on Epicurious, I added more half and half just to make it a little saucier. Oh, and since I don't have half and half, we're using heavy cream. So we're gonna, this might come out a little bit different. I don't know. Oh, I do have Ritz lemon. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant suggestion. All right, let's do Ritz instead. I think that'll work. Well, now we have a vote for pretzels too. All right. What do you folks think? What are we doing? Ritz, pretzels, both, separate but equal. No mixing. Separate but equal. That's great. Okay. Now it's 125 grams, Anthony, not. Okay, we have another vote for Ritz. We have a vote for both. Okay. Ritz from Kathleen Falls, okay. Ritz are buttery, true. Ritz, I'm seeing a clear winner. You're getting all the delegates, Ritz. No Name pointing out a very solid philosophical response. It is not necessarily an either or. Okay. 125, Anthony. Not 250 or whatever you were thinking here. Going too cheesy with that. All right. But peer pressure, so Ritz. Got it. Okay. Ritz it is. You know what? Maybe I'll do pretzels too. We'll figure it out as we go. All right. Gruyere. Oh, 99, almost there. Get out of there. Rind. You are not welcome. 120. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. I'm not gonna. Oh, you know, maybe I could. No, I'm not gonna do it. All right, let's wrap you up. I don't want to deal with. I'll deal with you later. It's like all my Gruyere down the drain right there. Not down the drain. It's going into a very good drain. My belly. Okay, and last but not least, let's just see. Is this pretty close? This is 226. We'll just measure this. You know. Yeah, we'll measure it all now. I like when things are kind of done with, that way I don't have to think about it. Because I can't think very well anyway. So if I just get all my thinking done now, I'm a batch thinker. I think from 5 to 5:25 p.m. every day, and then I stop. Almost. I bet that's gonna be too much. It feels like, oh, Yeah, a little bit too much. That's fine. 130. Perfect. Back in you go. Okay. By the way, I just saved each and every one of you, hold on, the pain of watching me clean off that spoon, because I love that cheese and I would have cleaned off, but I felt like that would have been a little bit too close, watching me scarf down some mascarpone off of a spoon. Okay, and I think we're done cutting stuff. Yep, we are. So you can already tell my brain's starting to slow down. It's 5:27. It's getting pretty close to cutting off, done thinking time. What was the dish for sounds disgusting until you try it? No Name is asking, what was a dish that qualifies for, quote, sounds disgusting until you try it? What does sound disgusting? I mean, like when I was a kid, like oysters. I think no matter how you explain it, oysters sound disgusting. Like, what do you mean? You just pop a living thing open? Yeah. Yep. And then you just slurp it down? Yes, sometimes you gotta pull extra hard if the shucker didn't disconnect it. You mean I gotta do I chew it? Sometimes. And then swallow? Yeah. I think oysters are a tough sell. I love them. Don't get me wrong. Oysters are but I had never tried oysters. So when I was a kid, I never ate oysters despite growing up in the Puget Sound area. I just thought they were completely gross. My family ate them all the time. Every family get together, they had oysters, regular and smoked. It was a big deal. I wasn't having it until I went out with my girlfriend at the time and her parents and to a nicer restaurant, and they're like, hey, would you guys like to get oysters? And obviously, yes, I wanted to get oysters because I'm with her family. And then they came and I was like, all right, now it's do or die time. How much do you want to date this girl? And I had the oysters. I had them. And I liked them. I did. So that was how that story ended there. That was the first time I had oysters, was peer pressure. I wanted to continue. I wanted to impress my future in-laws, basically. And so I had them. It was fun. It's good. Okay, cheese set. Let's get our cream set, and then we'll start making a sauce. We'll start cooking the pasta, and calamari. Yeah, calamari would be tough too. That's a good, yeah, I like that, yeah. Okay. So I'm open to suggestions here. Normally I go for about a little over a pint of half and half. This is heavy cream, so this is gonna be way more, this is gonna be thicker. So I don't know if I should do a pint of this and then maybe a little bit of water. I've got like a little bit of milk. Actually, I don't know if that's good. It's just past the date. And because I'm making this and I love this dish, I don't want to risk spoiling it. Maybe I'll just cut this with a little tiny bit of water or pasta water. Oh, pasta water. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, set, done. Mixed cream with milk. Senior Steven, I would, but I don't know. Let's sniff it. Let's do the old sniff test. I don't know why it's in here. It's not good. It doesn't even have a date on it. It says 36/21/07, and then it says 11/09/20. That seems like a long way away, doesn't it? I didn't think milk stayed good that long. That's November? I feel like they got confused. This is Corona milk, by the way. It just doesn't go bad. Smells fine. Let's just do it. We'll cut it with a little bit of this. Okay. I think that's good. I think we're done weighing things. And let's get a pan for the cheese. Don't rock everything, Anthony. Oh, we got to grate stuff first. Oh boy. If I've been looking at my notes up here, it says heat water, grate cheese. I'm messing up on step 2. That's all right. We can come back to that. Oh, that would be strike 2 right there. Anthony, I don't know what's going to happen if I strike out. Yeah, Ravik, I know. Yeah, take a sip real quick. I think it's fine. I did the forcible sniff test. There's no neck jerkage. I think we're fine. All right, so let's get all these cheeses grated. If you have a Cuisinart, or maybe does No Name, does a Thermomix do this? This would be pretty cool. But if you have a Cuisinart with the cheese grater attachment, or a food processor with a cheese grater attachment, that would be handy right about now. They don't have to be super fine, but we want to get them grated enough so that they melt into the sauce much easier. Because I've thrown in like big chunks of cheese and then sat there for like 20 minutes stirring because I was too lazy to fish it out and then grate it or do anything else. So, no bueno. Just grating away. Strike 3 will be quitting the stream or buy back with another cocktail. Yeah, true. Okay, that'd be good. Or like a tequila shot or something. Yeah, that'd be good. Well, okay, so Lan, yeah, I'm glad somebody's impressed that I can read, talk, and cook at the same time. Because no one else around here is impressed. I don't know if she heard me. At least somebody likes me. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then let's get the cheddar. Yeah, no, that'll be the real test, is doing shots of tequila, reading, cooking, grating. I'm just like in the middle of grating and get my fingers caught in there. Hey, it's fine. We're just having a party here, guys. Oh, man. Andrew, did you notice I used your pre-cut parchment paper? Yes, No Name. She probably did hear me and chose to ignore me. I think she's got like big headphones on, blaring some good music because she hasn't heard me at all. She hasn't laughed at anything I've said, which is weird. I would have thought for sure by now I would have heard like a giggle or a chuckle. Okay, and let's get our Gruyere going here. Fancy, right? Yes, Andrea, I know. Takeshi, welcome. Doing 4 cheese mac and cheese. Oh, poor cheese, you went under the burner. That's all right, it's gonna smell like burning Gruyere here in about a second. That'll be fun to get off. All right, almost there, let's make... Look at all this mound of cheese. This is going in a cheese sauce. When I say cheese sauce, like it's mostly cheese and a little bit sauce. But the weird thing is, every single time I make this, I always think maybe I should add a little bit more liquid or cheese sauce because it always thickens up much more than I think. And actually, I didn't want to tell everybody this, but on the Epicurious video, I think I overbaked it just a tiny bit or told them to not put enough half and half in there because it came out like a little dry. I totally pulled it together at the end. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is super moist. Tastes good. But that's just a little behind the scenes secret between you and me. And I've adjusted the recipe a little bit since then. But I'm always nervous. Like whenever I make it, I'm like, do I add more half and half? What do I do? No Name. Yeah, maybe. I'd like that. So No Name's asking if after Corona, will there be a stream with a live audience? Maybe I'll have to change the name of the show to not Quarantine Cooking, which is kind of, I know everybody has a show now called Quarantine Cooking, so it's not that original, but. Perfect, okay. That's good. Oh, that Gruyere is awesome. Jeez. You have the new normal, right, Lemon? Any other behind-the-scenes secrets? I'm actually way more muscular than I look. That's a behind-the-scenes secret. I know it looks like I'm not really jacked, but I am. The camera subtracts 20 pounds of muscle, so No, I don't think there are other behind-the-scenes secrets. There was one. So in like one of it was the Basic Skills Challenge video series, and they had, it was the one where I had to open champagne or a bottle of sparkling wine. And I do that a lot. Like I know how to do it, and I was being really smart about it on the video. I was being really smart, making jokes. The joke is, and this is I think what I told in the video, I don't know if it made it to the final cut, but I said, a bartender once told me that opening a bottle of champagne should sound like a woman farting. That's it. It's a dumb joke. It's not even my joke. I'm not going to claim that it's my joke. It's a bartender told me that. So that's what we're going for. And I was like, I'm gonna just crush this challenge. I know how to open a bottle of sparkling wine. And then the second I said, well, you could put a towel on top of the bottle just to kind of hold it, or the cork just to hold it, but I'm not going to because I know how to do this. It went flying off. We lost it in the studio somewhere. And I like being right, but I like even more being really, really wrong. So that was a pretty fun moment. And I think the only thing we saw in the final cut was like Anthony saying like, oh yeah, all you do is twist 6.5 times and then boom. So that was a really long-winded story, by the way. I'm nothing if not verbose. I get that from my mom. So happy birthday, Mom. Thank you for the gifts. All right, so I'm pouring this whole thing in here. We're just gonna warm this up, bring it to just like the gentlest of gentle simmers. Oh, and I'm heating my oven right now to 350. So if you hear that rattling in the back, as my mom once put it, like, do you have a giant fan going somewhere? I don't know what is going on here, but my oven has some sort of little fan gizmo, and that's what you're hearing, so. Okay, bringing that up to just a scant scotch below a simmer. Don't need it boiling, don't need it super hot. We just need it to simmer a tiny bit. What did I just surreptitiously why did I read that? What did I just surreptitiously scrape off the edge of the pan? I don't know. It was, I think something, oh, you know what I bet it was? I just cooked like an angel hair Alfredo this morning with butter and Parmesan cheese. And no, there's no leftovers, by the way. Oh no, there is. There's a little bit. But when I washed the pan, I think I must have just missed a tiny bit of cheese. So I wish I would have not read that. That was a good one. And I got sucked in. I'm like, what did you just scrape? Oh, dang it. All right. So Senior Steven is asking, do they prep the ingredients for you when filming with Epicurious? Yes. So everything, like for the 4 levels videos, the ones where, we're like, this is my mac and cheese, and this is how I cook it. Here's step 1. All that is already prepped out. They measure everything. All I have to do is what you see, which is basically like explain what I'm doing while I'm assembling it. So like for this video, it would be, now I'm adding my cream. I'm just gonna bring it to the gentlest of gentle simmers. Now I'm adding my cheese, that kind of thing. And then making whatever stupid jokes, I can at the time. And then for the Basic Skills Challenge, it's actually, they do such a good job. They're like military precision in there. I just stand at a big table on set and they have it all laid out with like the cutting board and all the tools and stuff that we might need. And then somebody comes, like I step back, somebody swoops in with a new cutting board, drops everything down, maybe replaces some things if I bump them because I gesticulate a lot. That's usually all the time. And then they withdraw, I step back in. They're like, okay, so what is this vegetable you have in front of you? And I don't know what it is because it's okra. And then they're like, how would you prep it? And I'm like, I've got no clue since I didn't know what it was, but I'll give you my best shot. I prep it, and then they do the reverse. I step back, they come in, whoosh, bring somebody else in. It's super great. Like we do, that is the gentlest of gentle simmers already. We do like a handful of them back to back. So that was, again, another long-winded explanation of what we do on set. All right, for the Basic Skills Challenge, do they have you do a few of the different skills at once, or do they call you in for like 10 minutes just to do the one skill? The former. they bring us all, they bring us in just to do a bunch. That way I only have to go in once every 3 months or so, or 6 months, or however often they do a new series. If people don't know what I'm talking about, by the way, just at me and ask, but to explain, you probably found me, if you're either a family friend or you probably know me a little bit from like the Epicurious videos on Epicurious's YouTube. That's what these folks are asking about, just in case you didn't know. I want you to feel included and in on the conversation. That's something I get from my mom. She even called me like after one of these shows. She's like, well, I really like the show. You know, maybe you could interact with people a little bit more because I think they like that. I think that's nice. Thanks, Mom. I do too. I'm just... All right, got the mascarpone in there, melting down good, real good. Mac the knife, yes, they're always fun. Those people are so much fun to work with. We have fun on set. I mean, and we're all, the fun thing is we all love food and we all kind of love the production aspect of it, I think. Like, I know they do because that's what they do. But they chose to, it's like a great intersection of everybody's interests. You know, love producing great content and love cooking, and that's it. I know, where's my mom? Hold on. Text mom. Hey, where are you? Period. We're having a party, period, on YouTube Live, period, without you. Period. Miss you, period. Love you, comma. Your favorite son, comma. Anth. Oh no, I think I got rid of the whole thing. Darn it. We'll have to do it again. Okay. You know, I probably should put this on a hard service, but we're gonna risk it. We're gonna go for it. Yeah, it'll be a big surprise when she gets. That's a great idea, Lemon. Surprise! So, I'm just throwing this all in. You again, if you missed the first part of this when I was yakking about what kind of cheeses, you go with whatever cheeses you want. I'm basing this off of the suggestion of the Capital Grill chef who said 4 cheeses. A hard, soft, flavorful, and then like a salty cheese, kind of like a parm. Gruyere's kind of like that a little bit, but a creamy, soft, flavorful, and then like a parm, something like that. More. No name. I think I have surpassed. I'll say this. I think I've surpassed my mother. So the question is, who's a better cook, me or my mom? So I got my cooking chops from both parents, from my dad and my mom. My mom always, like when I was growing up, she would always come up with random, she was like the queen of pantry cooking, because like we would be, Jeff knows this too, he was there, we would be like off in the middle, we'd be at home and then have to go to do something, and she's like, well, you guys gotta eat, and then she's like, well, I don't have anything planned, and then it turned out to be like some sort of crazy rice pilaf dish that tasted amazing. I don't know. She was great at that. Like she could just whip something together and we'd be like, this looks terrible, but oh my God, it tastes so good. It didn't look terrible, but it did. And then my dad was kind of more like let's get some really good Italian cooking. That was actually mostly the Italian side was from him. And so it was kind of just a combination of my dad's love of really good food, Italian food, like the exposure to a lot of different recipes and recipe sources, and then combined with my mom, who had the joy of cooking and also a joy of cooking, and kind of merging that together. So, but I think I'm the better cook because I pulled it together and I made it mine. When your powers combine, I am Captain Anthony. Text mom, we're doing it. Hey, comma, we're just all on YouTube Live having a birthday party for you, period. Miss you, period. Love, comma, your favorite son, comma, Anthony, period. Yeah, good. Takeshi, no. So Takeshi's asking, did my parents only cook Italian food for me? No, not at all. My mom never did, unless it was like the Americanized. My family, I mean, we're not like really. My dad I'm half Italian. My dad's Italian, but he cooked a bunch of different stuff. It was pretty heavily Italian leaning, I guess. That's pretty well mixed. I'll keep that on low, just to keep it warm, and then we'll get that going in a minute. Epicurious from the ICU or I don't know what the. Oh no, Epicurious is not from the ICU. No name. Oh, Jeff. Yeah, first time he had acorn squash was at my place. That's funny. Yeah, she used to do that dish all the time. Acorn squash, split it down the middle, a little either brown sugar, maple syrup, or something. And I think you think we had pork with it? That sounds crazy. I love that idea though. Were you on turkey fried onions? I don't know what turkey fried onions is. Miss Partoyan. Let me know. Am I missing something? Okay. Robbie, we never had pierogi. She not Polish enough, I guess. Okay, let's get the pasta going, and then I'm gonna bake it for a few minutes, just to help it all set up. All right. Oh, let me salt the water. Anthony, rookie mistake. I don't think I salted it yet. Let's just double check. I don't know what I did before. I don't have the Epicurious crew, you know, like making sure everything goes off without a hitch. No salt. Onion topper for green bean casserole. Kathleen, is that... Am I missing something about the green bean casserole? I'm not sure. I came into the conversation late, so let me know if I'm missing something there. Well, that's likely. Okay, let's get that on high. There we go. Oh, got it. Okay, so turkey fried onions. No, I don't think I know what those are. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've had. Oh, you know, that's like the canned green beans, canned cream of mushroom soup with canned fried. I've never had the canned fried onions. That sounds. I'm willing to try that. But you know what? When I was a kid, I loved. Oh, so yeah, Weller. These are. So our options are kind of limited. I used up the Riccioli, I think, last week. So my options were either a gemelli, which I kind of wanted to do, but last minute I picked tofu, T-O-F-E, tofu. I don't know, I've never had it before, but I got it from Gustiamo up in the Bronx, and I really wanted to try it. So yeah, we're doing mini shells. I basically want anything that can like capture that cheese sauce and bring it into my face. That's all I want, is just something to, you know, nooks, crannies, big holes. That's what I'm looking for. Just nooks, crannies, and big holes for that cheese sauce to get into. I don't ask for much for my pasta, all right? And then I have like a bunch of noodles, but like, you know, long noodles. That's not mac and cheese friendly. Let's stir this. Yeah, Takeshi, I do too. It was kind of boiling. So Takeshi said I always put pasta in boiling water. Yeah, I do too. I just threw it in there. It'll be okay. I need to stir it around though so it doesn't stick to the bottom. That's the only deal. The interwebs say, okay, so yeah, mini shells. Exactly. Of course, Weller was right. Andrew, clutch. Mini shell. Little toffee. He might grow into a bigger toffee. When I was a little mini shell, I loved the cheese sauce. Okay, let me get the oven cracking here. So we're just gonna cook these just shy of al dente. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Cooking it just shy of al dente. We'll put it into like a baking dish and then bake it off for like 10 minutes. It doesn't need much, just a little bit to help it, you know, clench up. That's all we're doing. And I'm just stirring this so it doesn't get a big skin on top, but even if it does, it doesn't matter. I've got it on low just to keep it warm. Quiz time, yeah, what 4 cheeses? Got our baking dish. Do a little cleanup there. Gruyere. 1 out of 4 right. Ravik. Oh boy. Mascarpone, 2 out of 4. Or should I wait till I get your final answer together? But she overcooks the pasta. How does she overcook the pasta? Unless does she prefer it? Like, what? No. You cannot overcook the pasta. Where's my spoon? There we go. Oh, this dish? No, this is not. It is a classic dish. It's not a hand-me-down from grandma, though. This pan is. That's funny. No, this dish I bought specifically. I wanted that specific one because it was featured in the TV show The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. This is what she brings a brisket. This is what she brings a brisket to whatever the comedy club owner in season 1, and she has that pink Pyrex in there. So I bought it. But it is super classic. I think it's from, like, it's probably, I think, from the late 50s. It's got the little, I love a little detail on it. And it's pink, so it fits Pink Shirt Guy pretty well. Monster Master, what do I prefer for cheddar? Sharp, mild, extra sharp, what? So usually I prefer extra sharp. I think in sauces like this, it doesn't matter. Like, it's okay going regular sharp or even like a medium because you kind of want that. I'm fine with that. Like, in a perfect world, I'd go extra sharp every time. I just love that cheddar bite. But when you got a bunch of other things in here, you know, it's okay. It might fall to the background a little bit if you use something else. But yeah, extra sharp. Gun to my head, extra sharp. But if I had a gun to my head, that's a weirder scenario, and I don't know why I'm picking a cheese. But milder melts easier. Good to know. Okay. Says Linguophile 88. 2 minutes left on that for al dente before we test it. Got this, and then while that goes in the oven, we'll make the Ritz. I think they won. We'll make the Ritz topper and see how that goes. This is exciting. We're making field substitutions left and right here. We're doing cream instead of half. We're doing nope, there's no subs there. But we don't have panko, so we're going with Ritz. What else are we doing? Oh, Gruyere instead of Parm. You can't just use the cheddar in mac and cheese, says Monster Master. You gotta go with some softer and less sharp. Yes, absolutely. If it were just cheddar, that would be pretty sharp and cheddary. Yeah, that's why I love with the mascarpone in there. Then you got some Gruyere or Parm on the other end of it to kind of bite, like at a nice little punctuation mark. Boop. Like the little Gruyere, agou, whatever. Still nothing from Mama. So maybe she's napping. Who knows? It's her birthday. She can do whatever she wants, actually. I will give her that. It's her birthday. It's her 51st, so she's earned it. Yeah, I could see that. I could see just cheddar being a little bit rough. Yeah, like American would be good though. I mean, I know that's not it's not a gourmet or gourmand kind of option, but I like American cheese. I think it makes a fantastic grilled cheese sandwich. I think it would go, it melts real nice for mac and cheese. I'm in. I'm all in. All right, let's take a little tester here, see how these guys are doing. Again, we're just going for like 2 minutes shy of al dente. And we're gonna kind of guess. I mean, al dente's, it sticks to the tooth kind of, Yes, Elizabeth, or Liz, yeah, it's Kraft, I love it. Doesn't have to be Kraft, it could be whatever, but almost there. There's my timer. So that actually still has a little bit of crunch to it, so I'm going to just go another 30 seconds. Yeah, lactose intolerance could be kind of tough on this dish. I don't know. Oh, I did see, there is a cookbook out there that's like vegan mac and cheeses. I only opened it because I wanted to see what the heck they were doing in there. And I'll admit, I'm curious, I'm intrigued from like an intellectual standpoint. I'd like to understand how that works and also if it's any good. Oh, Velveeta for Hatch chili queso. Heck yes. That would be, oh yeah, well, yeah. Velveeta for mac and cheese. I don't know, I could probably I could also get behind that. But I do like, it's not quite as flavorful as like a sharp cheddar. Okay, that's enough yakking. I'm gonna mix this all together. Let's get baking. Well, let me test one more first. It's a little harder when they're like, I don't want to undercook it. I don't want to put it in the oven for too long, to finish the pasta cook because then it dries out a little bit. I don't want that. Come on, buddy, cool down. Yes, Elizabeth, I'll take it. I'll take your vegan mac and cheese recipe. I don't want to be pro or con anything. But I am intellectually curious. I'd like to know how it works and if it's any good. Yeah. Broccoli cheese soup, I'm a big fan. I actually have I love this stuff. Lauren gets it from our grocery delivery service and doesn't tell me. But I actually really love broccoli cheddar soup, and it's from Panera, of all places. It's so good. Anyway. Okay. Come on, little guys. Let's give it another couple of seconds. You know what? Let's just start mixing. And then we'll pour into the dish, bake it off for just a few minutes while we prep our not pretzels, Ritz. There we go. I got it. I remembered. And now that I'm doing this on video, I will know whether or not this is like the right amounts of all this stuff. See, it still looks super cheese saucy. Now, I'm actually okay with that. I think it'd be better to be super cheese saucy because we can always drain that out if it's still too much. Like I mentioned earlier, some of you may not have been here, but every time I make this, I'm always unsure of like if I updated my last recipe because I always think, oh, last time I wanted more liquid. So we'll find out if this is the right balance or not. Thank you, Elizabeth, I appreciate it. Thank you for emailing me that recipe. Whoa, don't splatter. Are you serious? This is like a perfect, hold on, let me make sure you guys can see this. Can you see that? It's coming right up to the top. So this does look a little bit full and a little bit cheese saucy. I'm okay with that because as this pasta continues to cook and finish up, it'll help tighten up the sauce. I will say I am a little bit worried about the amounts because that does look pretty cheesy. But again, I'm okay with that. All right, let's bake it off for a few minutes. 350, middle rack-ish. I should have just set it on a sheet pan. That would have been smarter. Yeah, linguophile. It will be mac and cheese soup. Okay, so let's prep our, let's set a timer first. I'm gonna go 15 on that. Actually, I'll go 10 on that. We'll check it. So let's make our Ritz, not pretzels. Okay. I don't know how much we need. Maybe a sleeve. Like this is a little half sleeve. Andrew, yeah, probably. That's probably what happened. It could be pasta water trapped inside the little mini shells that added to the cheese, which I think I'll be okay with. Like if that helps tighten it up, the starchy, I don't know. I can actually see that going either way. We'll find out. But yes, that could have been part of the issue because I didn't like sit there and let them all drain every single time. You know, I feel pressure with you being right here. I want to make sure to keep this show on the road and moving. You know, if it were just me, I probably would have taken my time. No, I'm just kidding. I screw up all the time. That's also a little behind the scenes note. I screw up daily, left and right. I just don't let the world know it because I like to maintain the image of perfection. Where's my little, oh yeah. All right, so you regulars will recognize my little friend Brutus. This is the size of my, that's a terrible sentence to start. This is the size of my food processor. However, he makes the noise of a much larger food processor. So I will be like, not quite muting, I will drop the sound way down because I don't want you to blow out your speakers or your earphones or whatever you're using because I care about you. Okay. I know, Lemon, she will. She totally will. Actually, she would like it. She once requested a pasta with Ritz in it. And so I made kind of like a cheese and butter based pasta with Ritz to kind of give it some crunch at the end. And it came out great. So it was her idea. We'll start with one, see where that goes. Okay, I'm going to turn you way down just for a moment. Okay, I think we're better. Who said saltines? No. That would be a psychopath thing to do, Monster Master. I totally agree. All right, we've got our Ritz ready to go. I have a hunch we should have done more. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do one more sleeve of them. Let's just go all the way. Where's my little more? More. My mother still has not shown up. Nor have, although I think I have my phone. Oh, message send failure. That's why she didn't get it. Let's do this. Bear with me for just a minute. Oh, while I take a picture, let's go off. And then let's resend it. She's on Android. Come on, Anthony's mom. Yes, I know. I'm gonna feel terrible if she's like, if she got the Rona or something. Sorry I couldn't come. I'm on a ventilator and just couldn't make it. They didn't allow YouTube in there, so. Oh, Ravik, yeah, good call. I think, yeah, I probably should have put the lid on first. I've done that on a blender before. That's super fun. Okay. And we're gonna just go way down in volume here. good. I'm not even kidding when I say, I don't know if I've told you this before, a lot of times I'll have noise canceling headphones on when I use this because it's that loud. I don't understand how it can be that loud when it's so tiny. It's like my dog, the little tiny Pomeranian. She'll just bark her head off, and it's so loud. Okay, I got that done. I have a feeling this is going to be a little soupy. That's okay. It'll tighten up, but I hope it tightens up. If not, I could probably just throw it back in the pan. We'll find out. This is the only risky part when making a cheese sauce without a roux. That depends on the starch of the pasta. Is depending on how much, Andrew, to your point, how much extra pasta water you get in there, or how much extra liquid is in there. Starch content of the pasta, baking times can all kind of switch it up. So I'm basically trying to throw out any sort of excuse possible as to why this might go wrong. And then when it does end up working out, I'll just look like a miracle worker. That's really all I'm doing. I just want you to get, yeah, Elizabeth, I could totally spoon some liquid out. It'll work out just fine. Maybe I could do that now, just in case. That way it'll set up better. Okay. You win. Great suggestion. Going under. Oh, yes. Hey, buddy. Just going to steal some of your cheese sauce. Hope you don't mind. Not into the pasta, though. You stay right where you were. It's actually not... Oh, it's quite warm in there. Okay. Good. I only dropped one noodle. Hope that doesn't set off the fire alarm. We'll find out. It's not on the floor, by the way. This fell into the end of the oven, so. Oh, it's almost there. This is gonna be good. Great suggestion. Andrew, they could soak up the extra sauce. That'd be a great idea. All right, so I am gonna, since I spilled a little bit of sauce, I'm just gonna pull out the covering on the oven. So if I'm down here for just a second, or the covering over the heating elements, if I'm down there for just a second, that's why. There we go. Nothing to see here, folks. Perfect. Yes. Well, you know, I've kind of come around on a little bit of cornstarch. I've never tried it in a mac and cheese, though. I did use it in the feta fondue sauce from like 3 weeks ago, and just a little bit, like maybe a half of a tablespoon, and I thought it was great. Like it was just the right amount to help thicken it up. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't really want to start using a bunch of that stuff if I don't have to. All right. Perfect. Good. No problems whatsoever. Why? What are you looking at? The cheese sauce, that one noodle I did have was absolutely fantastic, though. So I'm happy with that. What I can do now is I'll leave these out to grab. There we go. That's hot. Don't touch that, Anthony. Let's toast up the Ritz just a little bit, shall we? So normally, if you had panko, I would suggest just toasting it up a little bit in a pan. You can use a non-stick pan or a stick pan. It doesn't matter that much. It's not really going to stick. You could add a little bit of butter if you wanted to. I've done that. I think with the Ritz, I'm not going to add any extra butter. Let's see where it goes. I'm just going to do it kind of medium-low. I'll go slow. And then, there we go. Oh my God, that looks so good. I know. Monster Mash just said, the director must be looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself on camera while calling out random names like Monster Mash. Yeah, that's 100% true. I think she knows that she probably even wonders if there's anybody on the other side. I could just appear, this is normal for me, just to be screaming from the kitchen at random people. Hey, Lingmofile 88! Mac T Knife! Hello! It's just a Wednesday afternoon here. I'm turning this on high for just a second to get the pan warm enough. And then once it's warm enough to start toasting it, then I'll drop the heat. Still nothing from Mother. Mother, where you at? I'm gonna finish this whole show, her birthday edition, and she's not gonna show up once. I know, yeah, Mac. When they start disagreeing with you and they're not there. Oh God, it's starting to bubble and get a little bit crusted on top. This is going to be pretty good. I'm actually pretty excited about this. Okay. So it's just about done. The timer just went off. I checked. I'm gonna do another minute or two because I'm getting hungry and sweaty. It's getting hot in here. I did close the window so that you couldn't hear as many sirens, but it does get a little toasty on set. Perfect. Come on, buddy. I think we're done with these. What we need. Can you see these? Yeah. I love these little tools. They're little tweezers. It's just so handy to get like one little thing if you need it. Okay. It's bubbling. I'm excited. Oh, so Elizabeth, I'm so glad you asked that. I actually thought about making some broccoli rabe or something with this, just to be on the side, and because this is going to be real big, heavy, and salty, but just on the like thicker side. And I love how the bitterness of broccoli rabe cuts right through it. I made some for lunch this afternoon, and it's so good. It's all I do is just, you can I just blanch it in salt water, like big pot blanch it for like between 3 and 4 minutes. If the thin parts I might pull out at 2 minutes, the thicker parts I might let in for 4 minutes. But then just drain it. Yeah, Andrew, Brussels sprouts, especially for you. Yeah, but Brussels sprouts, anything like in the brassica family would go well with this, I think. But broccoli rabe is I don't know why I love it so much. I just do. I love it. So that would be my first pick. Okay. Oh man, it's getting warm. You can kind of start to smell the Ritz toast a little bit. They're not changing color as much as I would have thought, but it's not bad. Okay, let's pull this baby out. Spinach would be good as well. Andrew, the what family? The brassica family. Like Brussels sprouts are part of that. Romanesco. Broccoli rabe is part of that. I think this is all right. I don't know. I might be wrong. If any like professionals out there know, otherwise let me know. I'm pretty sure like broccoli is not part of it, but broccoli rabe is. There's something weird about that. Okay. Good. Check that baby out. Can you see a bubble there on the side? Heck yes. That's exactly what I wanted. That is super hot, so I'm gonna be very careful not to touch it while I just toss this. That's pretty good. I may not need to it's a cracker, so it's already kind of toasted. It's kind of where I want it to be. That's gonna be super hot. But I will taste test this and burn and just incinerate. Oh yeah, thank you for writing it, Legophile. That's how you spell it. Oh God, his shirt's popping open. Girls, I got chest hair popping out everywhere. What's happening there? There we go. Andrew Weller coming in with the details. Mr. Wikipedia himself. Yeah, I know it tightened up, right? Let's dig in. Let's see what happened here. Oh, I think this will be good. So normally I would put a little bit of the crackers on there now and maybe even put it back in for a minute. I might just, why don't we just spoon a little? This looks so pretty though with like you can actually see some of the noodles that got toasted. Man, it looks nice. All right. Let the chest hair breathe. Let him out, boys, come on. All right, let's just serve up some. Let's just try this because I think this is gonna be, and then I'll spoon some of the crackers on top. So I'm intentionally not getting as much of the cheese sauce as I could, but actually I think this isn't bad. I'm excited. Okay. I'm gonna put, let's do that. We'll do like a stripe of it, like on half. How about that? Just to see how it goes. Okay. Some residual heat in the pan toasting you guys. Let's do that. All right. Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. And still my mom's not here. This is the big coup de grace, the moment. Happy birthday, Mom. I'm gonna have your dinner. Oh. Okay. That's pretty darn good. Like, again, I probably could let it go for like another minute as it cools, or maybe two. As it cools, it'll tighten up a little bit, and I think that would be good. But just scooping a little bit of the noodles out without as much sauce right now, perfect. Oh my God. And the noodles are cooked just right. Like they're still just a little bit al dente, so they're not completely mushed in there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm a huge fan. Like the Gruyere comes through. This is great. I'm really pleased. All the little substitutes we made, even though it's cream and not half and half, I normally would recommend half and half in case it wasn't clear before, but it doesn't taste like way too heavy. And Andrew, maybe your point, maybe with some of the pasta water getting in there. Oh, and the Ritz, solid choice. We're going for a little bit more. If anything, it'll help absorb some of the extra cheese sauce, right? There you have it. Happy birthday, Mom. Seriously? It was good. Oh, you can see like where it's getting super toasty right there at the bottom. Yeah. There we go. We made mac and cheese for my mom. She'll watch the replay. She'll love it, I'm sure. She'll cry happy tears of joy. I'll have to call her tonight. I'm supposed to call her tonight. We had a little birthday chat scheduled, but all right, I'll have to wake her up or something. Yeah. All right, well, let's end it here. Thank you guys so much for joining. It was so good having you on board here with me, watching me totally screw up and make a mess out of my kitchen, but it wouldn't be fun otherwise. If I were just by myself, believe me, this would be a lot. It would be pretty much doom and gloom. I'd be like, oh man, I gotta do all this cleaning. But with you guys here, you make all the difference. Seriously, you guys are the highlight of my day. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, you know what? Tomorrow we're doing, I think I've got a Niçoise salad scheduled for tomorrow. So we're gonna really slow things down with the cheese and then drop some depth charges with some greens and green beans and a nice salad in there. So that'll be super fun. Can't wait. But hopefully you guys will all join me tomorrow. Same time, same place. Niçoise salad. It'll be so great. Maybe my mom will be here then. I don't know. Oh yeah, does Passover start today? Happy Passover if that's your thing. Yeah, you're welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Seriously, I loved having you all here. Yeah, you are welcome. Smile or we'll die. Linguophile, gnarly nerd. All right, now I just gotta get out. Yeah, I'm gonna go call my mom. Actually, I'm probably gonna eat this first. Have some with Mrs. Pinkshirtguy and the director, and then I'll call my mom. So, all right. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful and safe, happy Wednesday. Happy Passover if that's your thing. Okay, I said that. All right. I need someone, this is why I need the director. Someone just to say like, cut, get out of there. All right, see you guys. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Or not, whatever, do your thing. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I'll do the playoff music. And then for sure.